Okay, please state your name and the region you're representing.
My name is Jason Lamb, and I am from the United States of America, representing North America.
What is the one majority shift or movement you believe is most important for the global community to understand about your region?
Yeah, we've seen something fascinating in North America over the last several years where Gen Z is rising up and leading the movement. Started in some ways on college and university campuses, this incredible move of students being open to Jesus and responding to the gospel and seeing waves of students putting their faith and trust in Jesus and being baptized. And so students are responding in incredible ways like we haven't seen before to the gospel. And it's not just a response to believe in Jesus, then there's a hunger to live on mission with Jesus. And we're actually seeing students lead the way. Young people are front of line. They're at the front edge of this movement of reaching their peers with the gospel of Jesus Christ. And it's a beautiful thing that many of us who've been in Next Gen ministry for decades have been praying for. And it feels like God is finally answering this prayer of reaching a generation through the generation. And so young people are rising up, not just willing, but excited, eager, and able to lead the way to advance the kingdom in North America. Yeah, I think the thing that we're learning in the midst of this movement and the way that Gen Z is leading, there's power in permission. And so what I'm learning is four very simple but profound words that are having a significant impact on this next generation. You can do it. And when students hear that it's not just something that's done to them or for them, but it's something that can be done with them, that they can be a part of, they're rising to the challenge. They're wanting to lead the way. And so it's not just believing that the generation will respond to the gospel, but they'll go for it. And some of it is just as the church and as the generation that's preceded them say, we believe it. You can do it. We can do this together. This isn't just something we're going to do to you, but we can do this together. And when we empower them, just by simply giving them permission, they've got the passion deep in their souls, like they love Jesus. And when we say, you can do it, they're going and they're leading in ways that we never even dreamed of. But we're seeing an extraordinary impact in the next generation because they can do it.
See? Jason, what do the streets of North America look like if there were no limitations?
If Satan would get out of the way, which we know he won't. But that's the beautiful thing, is because when Satan's coming against us, we know something is happening for the kingdom. And for me, the dream is every teen everywhere hearing the gospel from a friend. So what do the streets of North America look like if there were no limitations, if there was no hindering? Is you would see gospel conversations happening among teenagers reaching their friends with the gospel of Jesus Christ. Like the streets would look different because the gospel would be transforming lives and changing communities and revolutionizing youth ministries in local churches all over the nation. Not just because we're doing something to the next generation, but because young people are sharing the gospel with their friends. That's the dream. Next move is a community of some of my dearest friends who share a passion for the power of the gospel and the potential of young people. Like, this is a community of people that doesn't just hope that things can change in and through the next generation, but like we believe it. And we're doing it together, and that's a beautiful thing, to be on mission with friends.
We say that Next Move is a community, but what does that mean to you?
Yeah. Like-minded brothers and sisters committed to accomplishing a mission together, changing the trajectory of Christianity in the next generation, of accelerating Christianity in the next generation. And so, it's not an ecumenical community. It's not a kumbaya, we're unified in Jesus just for this, like we're on mission together to accomplish something extraordinary that God has called us to.
And how does being part of the community impact what you have been busy with?
Being plugged into this community is a very cup-filling experience for me. So I find joy when I hear stories from Australia or South America or Europe or any region around the world of seeing young people responding to the gospel and then reaching their friends. Like, that encourages me. And oftentimes in ministry, it's really easy to feel like you're going it alone. It's real easy to feel like I'm the only one who's struggling with this. And so to have a band of brothers and sisters around the world committed to the same thing, to share in the trials and the joys with each other, I find strength and encouragement from knowing there's a lot of us that are committed to this mission, and we get to do it together.
What is the unique contribution Next Move brings to your region or environment?
Yeah, I think the church in North America, we missed out on a long time because we believed that our role to the global church was to go and do and to give and to resource. And I believe there is I believe that there is a beautiful aspect about that role. But I also think we short-circuited the process because there was, whether it was by being dismissive or just making a poor assumption that the world maybe didn't have something to give back to the North American church, that there was something that we could learn from our brothers and sisters in Africa and Asia. And so what the Next Move community has allowed is this incredible community space of collaboration. Well, I'll say it this way, in my recent travels over the last several years of getting to travel the world, teenagers are teenagers in every country you go to. And they're hungry for the gospel. And when the gospel gets a hold of their lives, and they've been radically transformed by the power of the gospel, their desire to reach their friends is the same no matter where they're from, no matter what color their skin, what language they speak. When the Holy Spirit gets inside of all of us, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one Spirit, then it makes sense that we would all be compelled to do the same thing. And so when we see young people come to faith in any context, the Spirit in them prompts a desire to live on mission together. And so there's this incredible encouragement that happens of seeing that happen around the world, to know there's something that we can learn from that. There's something that we can receive from that and encourage from. And you see this beautiful synergy created in this global community that Next Move is fostering and creating space for it to happen.